What's up, guys? Here again with another deck profile. A while back, I gave you all a budget deck profile on the Fire Kings, and I finally fixed it up. Finally had the money to get it. It's fixed now. So I want to show you it works really well. This deck completely destroys Boojins. It's hilarious. As we're gonna run the three Fire King Borongs. They are the best searcher in this deck. It gets you Onslaught of the Fire Kings, and it gets you Circle of the Fire Kings. Basically the two cards that you need to keep getting. Then we have the Yaksha. Oh my god, the Yaksha is so good. I mean, if you have a dead Garunix in your hand, this completely solved the problem for it. So I love this card to death. It's really good. Finally, I have these three cards, which I was thinking about using them now. They work so damn well. So I love the fact using these cards because I can just summon it, bring out a level 4 from the grave, and then XZ into it, or I can bring out Boar from the grave and then Synchro into it. So it's really good. And I'm running two Fire King High Avatar Grunixes because 3 is a little bit cloggy, and you don't really need a third one unless you're fighting against an opponent who has no back row whatsoever. Then you run 3 for sure. Next I run 2 Fencing Fire Ferrets. If you saw my video last time, I ran these before because I thought they were really good. If Grunix pops it, I can just destroy one of their monsters anyways. Or if anything pops it, you can put these face down and really surprise them and then deal them 500 points of damage, just mess them up. And then I run the 2 bears. I was thinking about running 1 bear because I didn't really like the 2, but since I have Boar now, I can just search them out anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Then I run the 1 Boar because this is possibly the best tuner in here. But when you tune with him, you gotta remember you can only tune a fire. And that's where the Crimson Bladers come in handy. So I can use the Cold Soldier Wolfbark, summon him from the grave, tune into it, and it's right there. And then I run 1 Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys because of all this back row now. I mean, there was a lot of back row back then, but right now, since you only have 1 of each, like Torrential and all these other ones, this helps solve it. It helps solve the problem with Compulsory, Mirror Force, Dimensional Prison, Macros Cosmos. I mean, just everything. This card gets rid of it, clears up the back row, so the next turn you can just kill them. That's the monster count, guys. And I'm going to bring y'all the spell count. Obviously, if you're going to run this deck, you obviously run 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings. This helps bring out your Garunix, your Nephthys, your Borong, Yaksha, anything, basically. And it can really help out in a huge way. The Circle of the Fire Kings, I run at 3 because they are easily searchable thanks to Borong. And when you have one in your hand and face down, there's no way your opponent can stop your Garunix. You can just activate it because it's a quick play, destroy your Garunix, bring back Borong. Borong stays in the field, Garunix comes back next standby phase, destroys Borong, and then you can search out another Fire King card. It's amazing. I don't even know why they have these at 3 still. And then 2 Fire Formation Tankies to bring out your to search out your Borongs, Yaksha, Coach Soldier, even your Boar. Basically anything in this deck helps out a lot. I would not run it at 1. 2 MSTs, get rid of the back row. But since we got Nephthys, that's not going to be such a problem. And most of the time, back row is destruction. And Fire Kings love to be destroyed because their effects start to activate. Then we run 2 Rekindlings. I would run at 3, but 3 got a bit cloggy and my monsters weren't being destroyed fast enough. Rekindling helps bring out all monsters from the grave that have a defense of 200 or less. They have to be fire though. Basically, you bring out a horde of Borongs and Yakshas, and then you just XZ with all of them, or you can just even sacrifice them for your Garunix if you need to get one out really fast. Really good card. It just helps swarm the field. You can do an OTK with this card if you wanted to. Then we run the 1 Dark Hole. Obviously, just use it if all your Fire Kings are on the field. You get so much pluses from that. 1 Duality. I was thinking 2, but this deck special summons too fast. So 2 would just be suicide. Now for traps, guys, we're going to run 2 Mirror Forces. Because sometimes we do not want our Grunix to be killed by battle. Even if Grunix is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a Fire King from the deck. But sometimes you don't want that. So that's what the Mirror Forces help. We got 2 Phoenix Chains for pesky Big Eyes and Draco Sacks. The hell with them. This helps out. I run 1 Black Horn of Heaven alongside with the 1 Solemn. This card can still help out a lot. Like if they're special summoning something back from the grave as just to get it out, like just to do that one hit kill. Like most of the time, you can fight against E-Dragons and they'll bring out like the last freaking one. Like they either bring out Blaster or Tidal, and you can just get rid of them with this. Just destroy them. You got the one compulsory. Wish it was still at 3, but it's not. The one torrential, and then the one bottomless. Basically your staple trap cards right here. Those are the traps, guys. And I'm gonna bring y'all the extra deck. We run 2 Crimson Bladers. They are the easiest thing to synchro summon in this deck. I mean, it's just funny on how fast you can get this guy out. We run 1 Utopia, 1 Cowboy, 1 Roach, 1 Crazy Box just for stall, 1 Maestro, a Popple Operative, Sky Pegasus, a Gem Knight, and then we run these 2, which is Vylon de Sigma and number 69 Heraldry Crest. Sorry, I cannot pronounce it. But these are for 3/4s, but like I said, Rekindling helps get these cards out pretty quickly, and these cards can really stop Dracosac, Big Eye, anything that XZ, these cards can stop it completely. It's just a really good card, and that's why I run them. Now, I would run an extra deck, but right now the only thing I have in my extra deck is just 1 Garunix. I'm still trying to build it up. I'm trying to find what can really hurt this deck, and the 1 Garunix for an extra deck is good because, like I said, if you don't need Nemphis because their back row is like nothing, then you just run the Garunix to get rid of their monsters. And then if they do have back row, then you just switch in the Nemphis. It's really simple. This deck now I think is complete. Well, hence the side deck, but it's really good. It worked really well for me, and I love this deck to death. It's probably my second favorite now. I use it all the time. A really good card. So this deck now works well against Boojins. It works pretty good against E-Dragons too. I've seen it's beaten Constellars. Like I said, they try to do their effect to where it returns back to the hand. You just circle the Fire King, it comes back during their next standby phase, and then they can't do anything, especially when they swarm the field and then it all goes to the grave. The only thing that can help it out is the Sombre, but by then their Sombres will probably be in the grave anyways. So circle the Fire Kings, I honestly think it's a deck to be reckoned with. I think it's going to get better later on. I hope it does. But right now this build I think is the perfect build. So yeah, guys, I'm going to bring y'all some more videos, more deck profiles and stuff like that. I'm working on a couple of other decks like Infernities, and we're trying to do the Sea Lancer with the Monarch thing. We're trying to bring y'all a lot more deck profiles, but this will probably be one of the last deck profiles I'm going to do for now, because we'll be bringing y'all duels and deck discussions, like the new decks in the meta and stuff like I was discussing on my earlier video, and we'll see where it can go from that. So like, subscribe, comment, guys. Love to hear your ideas on what this deck is good for. Other things I should put in here, just comment. I'd love to hear it. I'll respond to y'all for sure. So subscribe to my channel, Emilio Soto. Just subscribe to it, and we'll be bringing y'all a lot more stuff. I promise y'all. Later, guys.